Hi, I'm Charlene Johnson, and I'm doing my video log for Clemson's Library 100. I went to the New Student Dialogue about heterosexual norms in a not-so-heterosexual world. I thought it was really interesting because it really opened my mind to how it's not as much black and white as it used to be. To the questions whether or not my group reached a true dialogue, I think we did, because how they had it set up when we went into the room was that they had papers posted on the walls around with different words that we might have known or might not have, and we walked around with a marker and wrote down what we thought each one meant. And that was easier to get everyone to open up, because a lot of people don't like talking in front of people, a large group, when they're new. So it was easier that way, so the two women who were running it could look around at the papers and see what the majority of people thought each word meant, like cisgender or genderqueer and such. And they could clarify and talk about what the difference between what we thought and what it actually meant was. By them doing that, it enabled us to open up a lot easier, because I know myself particularly, I would not have opened up so much if they were just going around the circle and asked us what we thought each word meant, because that puts us on the spot, whereas the paper was a good way of getting us to open up, because then we were able to write down what we thought without being pinpointed and put on the spot about it. The active voices, I guess, and the reserve, we mainly had 4, I guess, people that were really active. I'm more active when I'm in a large new group, so I was one of the people that were responding to the questions and stuff a lot more. And most of the people were more reserved, but the two women were really good about asking, going around the circle and asking people, what they thought about this topic or this certain kind of homosexual or heterosexual topics, like gender fluidity and privileges and transgender and such. And so the people that were more reserved and weren't talking as much, they were able to open up, because they would ask them questions to make sure they were still mentally there. When we got there, they passed out a paper telling us what exactly a dialogue was, and comparing a dialogue, debate, and discussion, to make sure we understood that we weren't there to argue about our views or anything. We were just there to discuss and inform everyone about what the different sexualities of the world around us is. That it's not all heterosexual, but there are gray areas, which I thought was really cool, and it opened up my mind a lot, because I didn't realize how many different sexualities there were in our social world today. They also passed out a pie chart for us to separate our religion and our race, ethnicity, and such stuff like that. It's a pie chart to show how much it affects our lives. I didn't realize how much different things did. I didn't think that knowing and really applying what all these different things were really affect me that much. Before the dialogue, I had that normal black and white view that it was just it was either straight, bisexual, or gay or lesbian. And with this dialogue, it really showed me that there's a lot more. So I remember one person on the hermaphrodite paper wrote Lady Gaga, and we all got a good laugh out of it. I don't think everyone took it as seriously as some, but it was really nice to see everyone interacting and actually putting forth some kind of effort to get something out of it. I think the dialogue was a really good thing to do, because it educated me on what's actually going on with people in today's world, where it's different from before. People are more able to come out about their sexuality and their sexual orientation and express themselves more than they have before. I'm not sure if it's so much useful with this specific one because I don't encounter a lot of things like this that really affect it or really affect my life at all. But I really like that I really got something out of it because now I'm more open-minded to what people are instead of just assuming that the world is like all heterosexual, because such as like I am an ABS major, and what I realized is that like I followed 2 veterinarians, and a lot of the customers that they have aren't heterosexual at all. There are actually a lot of gay couples that come in, and you can't just assume everyone's heterosexual because that's not what's really going on. So with the new student dialogue, it was really good to like learn and be able to kind of interpret people more from sight and speaking to them. And just the overall concept of the new student dialogue was really good. And that's basically it.